Hi students and welcome to biology class. In our previous video we have discussed about different kinds of algae like green algae, brown algae and red algae, and I have given a clear distinction why they are called green algae, red algae and brown algae about that, and I have stressed some important points regarding those algae with certain examples. So in this particular chapter called as Plant Kingdom, we are going to study about the second category of plants which are called as the bryophytes. Now, in this video, let us try to discuss the bryophytes in a very detailed manner. Okay. So, the first point when we say bryophytes, what strikes my mind, that is these bryophytes, or these are also the group of plants. So these group of plants, they are called as amphibians of plant kingdom. So this is very important. So this statement what I have written, it's very important because they are called as amphibians of plant kingdom. Now, amphibians of plant kingdom means what? Amphi refers to both. So these organisms occur. Now, what do you mean by amphibian here? Amphibian is actually a word which is given to certain animals like frogs, because frogs are the animals. Here, let me write here. Frogs are the animal which can survive both in land as well as in water. If a frog, jumps into a well, it can very well manage inside the well, no problem. And you know that if the frog lives on the land, then also it can manage by eating the insects and all those things. Okay. So frogs, which is an amphibian, is able to live in both land and in case of water. But the question arises here, why the plants are called as the amphibians of the plant kingdom? Why they are called as the amphibians of plant kingdom? So the answer for this is, these are the first group of plants. Please try to remember this very important point. See here. So plants are the first, you can write first group of plants to come on land. See here, to come on land, or you can say that the first and foremost plant, when we speak on the evolution of earth, the first plants were the bryophytes. None of the plants dared to come on the earth. We had already discussed about algae, red algae, green algae and brown algae. I told you that they are exclusively aquatic. It means what? They are found in water, or they are found in water rich region. But here, bryophytes, these are special group of plants, or we can say they are called as amphibians of plant kingdom, because they are the first group of plant to come on the land. Okay. So here actually the kingdom of plants started, because till now the plant was only growing, that is the primitive form of plant, that is algae. All the algae were growing into the water, but these were the first group of plants which came on the land. Okay, so these are about bryophytes. Now here again in bryophytes we have two important categories. So when we see bryophytes, there are two important categories in case of bryo. What are those? One form of plant that is called as liverworts. Here they are called as liverworts, and other group of plants, they are called as mosses. Here they are called as mosses. One group of bryophytes. In bryophytes there is a classification. One is called as liverworts here, and other one is called as mosses. Okay, so this is a important classification under bryophytes. Now let us see this. What is this liverwort? Okay, now before understanding what is liverwort, let us understand the general characters of bryophytes. What are bryophytes, where they are found, what is their structure, and all those things. See here. Okay, so let me use another paper. Okay, see here. Now when we say plant, When we say bryophytes, let us see the structure first. Let us see the structure. When you see the structure, they have a very simple structure. They have a very simple structure. And before that, we have to see where occurrence, where they are occurred. So they are always found in moist, damp soil. Always in moist soil. The soil should be rich in water. The soil should be rich in water. Okay. In such kind of soil, they are found. Especially during the rainy season. Rainy season. So when I say rich in water, it doesn't mean that if you put 1 bucket of water, soil is rich in water, now bryophytes will start to grow. No. Especially in case of rainy season, when it is profusely raining, in that condition, these bryophytes, they are going to grow. Okay. So they are found in moist damp soil. And when we see about structure is very simple. Now the body plan is like this. Based on the body plan or based on the kind of the structures, they are being again classified into liverworts and the mosses, as I already told you. Now what are these liverworts? Liverworts means, see here, their body, the body of this plant is actually dorsi-ventrally flattened. Now what do we mean by dorsi-ventrally flattened? We can take an example of a slipper. If you see, take an example of a slipper, the slipper is a flat. Now these organisms also, that is in bryophytes, I'm speaking about liverworts, these liverworts are also flat in structure. Now if the bryophytes sit flat in structure, then they are called as liverworts. Okay. If the bryophytes are erect, if they are not flat and if they are standing straight, okay, if they are straight, then they are called as mosses. See, this is a very important character. Now the next very important character is the body is haploid. Now when we see, I told you, see, I have a diagram also. So this is an example of Riccia. Okay, Riccia. Now you can see in this Riccia, the body, or this is called as the thallus, because the body is not well organized. I told you, when the body of the plant is not well organized, then it is called as a thallus. So here it is a dorsi-ventrally flattened. It means what? Both the sides it is flat, from upper surface and from the lower surface. Okay, green in color. Okay, and it is haploid. Haploid means what? It contains only one set of chromosomes. Okay, diploid means it contains 2 sets of chromosomes. Okay, now this haploid structure, green color structure, what we can see, that is called as gametophyte. That is called as what? Gametophyte. Now the question is, why the green color structure or why the haploid structure is called as the gametophyte? Because it produces gametes. What gametes? Male gametes and female gametes. Okay, so let me recollect whatever we have studied today. See here, I was discussing about bryophytes. I told you that these are the next group of plants which come under the plant kingdom. First point, they are called as the amphibians of plant kingdom. Why amphibians? Because they were the first plants to come on the land. Now when we see bryophytes, we can divide them into 2 parts. One is called liverworts, other one is called as mosses. Now when we see the structure here, this is dorsi-ventrally flattened. Dorsi-ventrally flattened means what? I gave an example of a slipper. When you see slipper, both from the upper surface and lower surface is flat. Now when you see liverworts here, when you see liverworts, example is Riccia, I have written here. Okay, they are dorsi-ventrally flattened, and this particular green color structure, what we can see, that is called as the gametophyte. And I also told you about the character of this gametophyte. It is haploid in nature. Haploid in nature means what? All the cells in this gametophyte contains one set of chromosome. Very important. All the cells of this plant is containing one set of chromosomes, so it is called as haploid. Okay. Now, what is the function of the gametophyte? Gametophytes produce gamete. What gametes? Male gamete and female gamete. Now where they are produced? Now in the same plant or in the another plant, sometimes the plant is same, that is same plant will produce the male gamete and the female gamete. Sometimes the male plant is different and the female plant is different. Okay. Anyway, the inside a plant, the part which produces male gamete is called as antheridium. That is called as antheridium. And the female part, that is called as archegonia. See here. Male gametes, the part of the plant which produce the male gametes, that is called as antheridium or antheridia. And the female gametes here, female gametes, that is called as archegonia. Archegonia. Remember this: archegonia, female gametes; antheridium, male gametes. Male gametes, antheridium; archegonia, female gamete. So I told you about this. Now the question comes: if this plant is found on land, then how is it going to absorb water? See here. I told you that if this, imagine this, my hand is a, Riccia or is a bryophyte. Now you have to think that this is the dorsal surface and this is the ventral surface. The dorsal surface is green in color. It is photosynthetic. It contains chlorophyll. Okay. But the ventral surface, it contains root-like structure. Root-like structure. Root-like structure means what? It is root-like. It is not root. Okay. Don't label it as roots. It contains root-like structures which are called as rhizoids. See here. They are called as rhizoids. Now, rhizoids means what? On this here, let me draw this. See here. Now I'll take only one fragment of this, Riccia. So this is one fragment. If you consider this as the dorsal side, on the dorsal side, it is photosynthetic, completely green in color. Okay. But if you see the ventral side, let me draw it with some other sketch pen. I'm searching for brown sketch pen. Okay, see here. And on the ventral side, it has some, structures, root-like structures. I have written here, root-like structures. These are called as rhizoids. So this is ventral side, and this is a dorsal side. Dorsal side is completely green in color. Ventral side is brown in color. And this is called as rhizoids. These are called as what? Rhizoids. These are called as rhizoids. Now here, the rhizoids, they may be unicellular or they may be multicellular. Again, these rhizoids also are haploid. Okay. Okay, children. About the various aspects of this particular bryophytes, we will study in the next video. Okay.